Good afternoon. Thank you for taking your time in viewing this presentation. My name is Dr. Paul Arias, and I am an Associate Research Scientist at the Rutgers Discovery Informatics Institute. One of the roles that I have is to provide technical support to researchers that use our facilities, particularly Caliburn, our primary instrument for high-performance computing research. Today I will talk about the advanced computing infrastructure at RDI2, which will include the following. Provide some background on the mission and vision of the ACI, a brief history of the development of the advanced computing infrastructure, and a set of tentative meetings and workshops that I'll be providing during the summer and into the fall. I'll also take this time to talk about Caliburn, as well as discuss the call for proposals for the second half of the calendar year. So the mission of the advanced computing infrastructure is to establish a comprehensive and internationally competitive computational and data-enabled science and engineering program that provides academic and industry researchers with the multidisciplinary expertise and resources necessary to address the grand challenges in science, engineering, and society. Our goals, among them, are to be the premier scientific computing and discovery center in the state of New Jersey. In order to do that, we've secured high-performance computing hardware. We tend to enable cutting-edge research, as well as return value on the investment that the state of New Jersey has placed on us. The RDI2 supports startup education, as well as research allocations. The startup allocations allow for researchers to get access to the systems with a limited amount of service units. An education allocation allows for members of the academic community to use our resources to start using the hardware in order to practice some data-enabled like algorithms and scientific methods. And ultimately, the research allocations, which is the one that I'm going to talk about today, allows for cutting-edge research to happen and to use our allocations, or rather our hardware, and at scale. Here is an overview of the ACI's history. In 2012, Rutgers Discovery Informatics Institute was established as a university-wide multidisciplinary institute for computation and data. In 2013, we were awarded $10 million by the state of New Jersey for Caliburn, the state's largest supercomputer. In 2014, Rutgers was a founding member of the New Jersey Big Data Alliance, which is a unique consortium of 12 universities across New Jersey collaborating on data challenges, both in industry partnership, education, as well as research. We were awarded about $11.5 million to design and deploy and operate an NSF-funded Ocean Observatories Initiative, which is the largest ocean observing program in the world. In 2016, we were awarded an additional $4 million from the National Science Foundation to establish a regional cyber infrastructure for collaborative data-intensive sciences. And finally, in 2017, Caliburn was finally launched, which is a statewide resource for computing and data analytics. In addition, RDI2 created a Fellowship for Excellence in Computational and Data Science, and 3 fellows were awarded at the end of 2017. In order to facilitate and accelerate the entry of researchers to be able to use Rutgers' Caliburn at scale, we have 2 upcoming workshops that will help facilitate that. An introduction to Caliburn will be provided on August and September. Essentially, it will be a very rudimentary way of getting graduate students or other researchers to be familiar with launching scripts and being able to launch batch jobs, which will allow them to scale up some of their code. In addition, we'll provide additional training for being able to create virtual environments so that the researchers and users could be able to launch software and install it on their own deployments for HPC applications. Later on, around October and November, we'll be providing a workshop on parallel computing on HPC systems. And additionally, one of the main topics of it will be to develop parallel computing applications using libraries that have been known in the high-performance computing world, and for both shared memory as well as distributed memory programs. Caliburn is one of the fastest supercomputers in North American academic centers and remains the most powerful supercomputer in the state of New Jersey. The technical specifications include fast processors with automatic boosting under high load conditions, fast intercommunication for intranode cores, 45 megabytes of smart cache, which assists in the preventing of cache misses for programs that require compute of large sections of arrays, for example. And finally, a data space for high-performance data input-output is available through the general parallel file system for a total of 1 petabyte of usable space. Allocations begin with 100 gigabytes of scratch data for the users, and arrangements can be made for adjustments according to the project needs. The RDI2 allocation process for research allocations begins as follows. The application description of about 1 page in length should include goals of research as well as the application readiness, as well as hardware and software requirements. It's our job to be able to assist in the fast implementation and installation of software that you require, particularly if it's open source, as well as if it needs to be installed globally. The allocation proposal should also include the number of requested service units, as well as storage with justification. Please, within this context, it would be easy to estimate the service units by getting an idea of what the typical job type description is. For example, its length of time, its frequency, its scalability, as well as any other special requirements. It's also helpful for us to ascertain the readiness of your application, as well as the type of usage you intend to use with the RDI2 resources, by letting us know if you have access to any other resources, such as any exceed allocations or allocations with the Department of Energy facilities, such as the National Energy Research and Scientific Computing Center. Please also provide a description of the staff as well as team that will need access, and it's important that the PI eligibility be either an Rutgers University faculty member or a research scientist, and if you are a member from outside of Rutgers, the eligibility should also be that for a equivalent principal investigator. It should also be a faculty member or a research scientist. The applications are due on Friday, June 15th of this year. We will provide additional information about when those allocations will be awarded. They will be the notification of those awards will go out the following week, Friday, June 22nd of 2018. And the awarded allocations will run from July 1st all the way through to the end of the year, December 31st of 2018. To recap, the preparation of the proposals goes as follows. Some important key points to remember are that the application description and readiness can be included in 1 page. The number of requested service units and storage can also be included in 1 page, and a brief description of the members, which includes the contact information. In order to see the detailed instructions, you can visit the link followed below on that section. The submission of the proposals will be due on Friday, June 15th, which is an extended deadline, and those can be submitted in PDF form through the link provided in the middle of the section in red. The announcement of the awards will go out on Friday, June 22nd. Rutgers users will be able to use the netID and passwords to access Caliburn, and for any external partners, we will make arrangements to be made to secure guest IDs so that you would be able to access Caliburn through the SSH terminals. Those allocations again will run from July 1st through to December 31st of this year. If you have any questions regarding the allocation process as well that I have not mentioned during this presentation, please feel free to contact us at aci-help@rdi2.rutgers.edu. Thank you for your attention, and we look forward to hearing from you.